Good morning, fellow Hoops fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Last Shot NBA show here on Little Birdie TV. And as always, we are brought to you by our great friends over there at topsport.com.au. Now it's Monday morning. We're going to recap a somewhat mediocre All-Star weekend to date. So that means we've got old mate BK in the building. BK, my brother, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, my man. How you living?
Man, I'm still trying to get over this whole All-Star weekend. It's sapped the energy out of me, BK, and not in a good way.
Hey, I still had some highlights there in the skills challenge and the 3-point shootout.
Yeah, look, I think they were probably the two most enjoyable events, but that dunk contest, look, let's just get straight into it, BK. That dunk contest, look, I think as we speak, I believe Jalen Green and Juan Toscano-Anderson are still trying to complete their dunks, BK, because it was bad, man.
There's something to be said about nailing a dunk on the first attempt, and that's what made the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest so special. It was first time every time, like they were clean dunks, and Jalen Green, he had nearly 10 attempts on that one off the side of the backboard. It definitely kind of sucked the air out of things. But shout out to Obi Toppin. He did what he had to do to get the win.
Yeah, which wasn't very much in the end. Like I said, he could have just turned up and stood still for that last dunk and still won it, because Juan Toscano-Anderson, he put on the Jason Richardson jersey, and I was like, okay, he might show us something here. But like you said, he took about 6 attempts to get something happening there, and it didn't work out. Obi got, I think, 92 out of a possible 100 points there in those final 2 rounds there of the dunk contest. But it kind of reminds me of, like, I was looking at that, it reminds me of that, Denzel thing, like the Knicks, they're coming away with something, right? They're coming away with something from this season. We're not going to make the playoffs, not coming away with any trophies, any championships. It was like, all right, we're coming away with the dunk contest win. Here, Obi, here you go.
Hey, they're going to hang a banner for that, surely.
I think they're already retiring Obi's jersey as we speak.
He's the third Nick behind Nate Robinson and Kenny Walker to win the dunk contest. So he's got some franchise history there.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Nate won it 3 times. So shout out to a guy that's like 4'9". But you did mention the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest, BK. That's probably the last dunk contest that was, I guess, interesting, good. What's the word do we want to use here?
Hey, Donovan Mitchell summed it up on Twitter yesterday. He was like, you guys ruined it just by setting the standard too high. Like, after that year, that's what everyone kind of got accustomed to again. It was the dunk contest is back, but I think we need to look at that more as an aberration, because those two guys were just on one in Toronto that day, going 50 for 50 back and forth. That was that's something we may not see again for a while.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to possibly revamp the way they do things, especially with the dunk contest. I mean, players post-dunk contest were not, I guess, happy. They were tweeting. We've got a couple of tweets. We're going to show that one from Donovan Mitchell right now. And then Ja Morant quote tweeted it as well. Here we go. So that's what Donovan Mitchell wrote. He goes, man, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, y'all messed it up for the rest of us. Ja Morant with a laughing face there. He said, they made hard dunks regular. You get 7. You get 7s for them now. And then I actually enjoyed this tweet here from Vernon Maxwell, the retired Vernon Maxwell. He said, I'm entering the dunk contest next year. To be perfectly honest, I would not be mad at that. I believe Paul Pierce had a similar tweet as well, and I'm like, yo, I would rather actually see these guys in the dunk contest than anyone else, because it was not good, man.
I really thought Jalen Green was about to do something when he came out there with the NFT around the neck, playing his own highlights. Like, his swag was on 100. I was like, this is about to be crazy. It just didn't quite follow up.
Speaking of, I mean, when Cole Anthony first came out, right, and he had his dad's jersey, the New York with the 50 on there, and then he put on the Timbs, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a moment for New York City. Like, we got something happening And yeah, unfortunately, it was all downhill from there.
I mean, we see that on the timeline a lot, and obviously, people want to see other guys in the dunk contest. Who's the savior? Who's going to come and fix the dunk contest? Which guys you want to see come in there and set the bar at the Levine Gordon level again?
Honestly, like I can't think of any NBA guys like right now that could sort of bring that. Maybe Ja Morant. Like I actually think Ja Morant could have done something in this dunk contest. But you know what? I'm going to go a little bit outside the box, BK. And it's a guy that's playing down here in Australia right now. French guy by the name of Guy Dupay. Now, Guy, listen, I don't know if you're watching or not, but Guy, you got to find your way into the dunk contest next year, my man, because I've seen you do some stuff down at MSAC that was better than I saw on the weekend.
He's a frequent flyer. Maybe that's what they got to do. They got to bring someone else in to go, okay, I mean, the NBA is supposed to be the best, but let's see what you can do. Get a Jordan Kilgannon in there. There's guys out there that dunk for a living.
Yeah, facts like that. I think that's what they need to do now. Like maybe, open it up a little bit and maybe do like an NBA guys versus these guys type of thing. But to be perfectly honest, I think the NBA guys will get washed by these guys. Like I think Guy is going to pull out 2 dunks that no one's ever seen before and embarrass the NBA guys.
Hey, if we do that, I need Lethal Shooter in the 3-point contest.
Listen, you know what? These are free ideas, BK. Don't give away free ideas. Don't give away free ideas. We're going to start charging for these things. All right, look, enough of that terrible dunk contest, BK. Let's move on. We're going to recap some of the other events from the weekend. Let's start off with the skills contest. The Team Cavs. Listen, I was Team Antetokounmpo Bros all the way. My Greek brethren let me down. Team Cavs win the skills contest. They were hot shooting the whole way through. The Antetokounmpo Bros struggled. They went with a bold strategy of just trying to go for those 4 and 5, point
It was
shots.
working for a second.
I think it was working for like their first 2 shots, and then they were bricking everything else. I was like, yo, you guys are not those kind of shooters. I love you all, but you're not those kind of shooters. And then the rookies actually had a nice little comeback. I think they got that 200-point, I think it was like the third one.
Yeah, they got the second challenge points, which was worth 200. That put them into the final.
Yeah, put them into the final there. I think at one point, Josh Giddey, shout out to him. Yeah, had a nice little weekend. I think he had accounted for 36 points of the Team Rookie Skills Challenge as well. What did you make of that, BK?
Yeah, he went crazy in that passing drill, which is probably the least surprising thing of the weekend. But I quite liked the format of the Skills Challenge. It was something different. I liked that it was a team event, so you could see the guys were really having fun out there. Obviously the Antetokounmpos. I like the Antetokounmpos because they were trying hard. They weren't taking any sets off. Like they were really pushing the pace. But shout out to the Cavs on their home floor. Evan Mobley hitting that half court shot to get the win. He was not the guy I thought that was going to be draining that long bomb.
No, and even Darius got they were hitting shots. They did not miss many. And I was like, yo, these guys putting out on, their home floor, like you said. I like the new format as well. I know a lot of people were mad at it on social media, but I wasn't mad at it. I actually thought it was pretty exciting and pretty fun, BK.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of initial confusion, even, just in how the actual competition worked. Even the commentary was still trying to get their heads around it. But I like the format in that it breaks up the skills, rather than having sort of just the one kind of relay, which they did have for the final leg. So you kind of get everything you normally get in a skills challenge plus more, and you throw in some half court shots. Like that's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. And look, as far as the Antetokounmpo Bros go, I saw an interview done by a good friend Haris Stavru from NBA Greece, and he asked Giannis about the skills challenge after, and Giannis said, look, he had fun. And he wants to keep coming back until he wins it. So listen, I'm Team Antetokounmpo Bros until they win it.
When are we going to see the full brothers schedule? Have the holidays, the balls, the Antetokounmpo Bros, only the siblings only skills challenge? That's what I want next.
Hey, free ideas, BK. Stop giving these people free ideas.
Hey, I'm putting them out in the universe. I just want to see them.
If these people want to pay us for these ideas, we're willing to talk, BK. Don't give them away for free. All right, let's talk a little bit about the what I and many people thought was probably the most exciting event of the evening, which was the 3-point contest. We had another Aussie representation here, Paddy Mills, but unfortunately he didn't make it past the first round. Karl Anthony Towns won it with a record score of 29, beating Steph Curry and Devin Booker's previous record, which was 28 for a final round score. He actually needed 22 to advance. So Paddy was in the hot seat. Paddy had 21. Cat needed 22 to advance to the final round, and he ended up making, I think, 4 out of his last 5 shots, including the money ball.
Yeah, he got hard, and unlucky for Paddy there. Trey Young clipped him there with that last shot. He got hot on his final rack, as well. But it was a cool 3-point contest, and shout out to Cat, the first big man or center since 2012 to win it, and he said earlier this season, and a lot of people laughed that he was the greatest shooting big man of all time, and then he comes out and wins the 3-point contest. You got to give it up.
Yeah, and he said that post contest, when he was doing his interview, and he said, "Look, I said I was a great shooter." He goes, "I kind of needed this trophy to back that up." And also speaking of Paddy Mills, like we said, eliminated in that sort of first round with 21, which was not a bad score. He did look like it's his first All-Star weekend. I think he said afterwards, "Look, it took me 13 years to get here." So he did look maybe a little bit nervous, and obviously, shooting 3-pointers and, with the racks and going around and doing
off the rack is different than just shooting like a rhythm jumper. Like, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's right. But, I think he said post-game as well that he enjoyed his experience, and, he'd love to be back and try and compete in that 3-point contest again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see him back out there. He's the perfect guy for both the 3-point contest and the skills challenge. I'd like to see Paddy in the skills challenge.
Yeah, actually, that wouldn't be. Look, we're talking about. You said the family, aspect of it. Have team balls versus team Antetokounmpos. Maybe have the team Aussies and get guys like Giddy, Dyson Daniels. We actually haven't even spoken about Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels had a nice little weekend himself. Actually, BK in the Rising Stars game on Friday night ended up coming home with the trophy.
He came out with the medal there on Team Barry. And in terms of new ideas that the NBA has put forward this season, I loved bringing the G League Ignite guys into the Rising Stars game, because it's awesome to see them up against NBA competition. Although they're only guys that are only a couple of years older than them, like, these are the guys that they're trying to follow that trajectory. And Daniels definitely held his own. I think he's going to be a really special player in the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, next, I don't want to give away free. We're giving too many free ideas, BK. But have countries next year. So, Team Oz, Giddy, Mills, Simmons, Dyson Daniels. Have these guys in the skills challenge.
They got rid of the USA against the world for the Rising Stars. Do they bring it back for the skills challenge?
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. But like I said, BK, we're giving away too many free ideas today. We've got to start charging for these. BK, I want to ask you, just before we get on to a bit of a preview of today's All-Star game, what's been your favorite moment of the All-Star weekend so far?
Honestly, the thing that was making me laugh the most was watching the guys in the skills challenge try and not get hit by the windmill. Like, it looked like everyone was about to get cleaned up by that thing in the corner. I thought it was a silly, obstacle, but then it just turned out to be the one that caused the most chaos. So I was here for the Happy Gilmore putt course setup of the skills challenge.
Yeah, I was actually wondering what the hell that thing was, man. And I was like, but then I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind one of these in my living room or something, man. just
the neon lights, it looked good.
Hey,
what about you? What was your favorite moment from Saturday night?
I tell you what, my favorite moment, just from the whole weekend so far, has been, BK, and we're going to put up on screen right now. This is courtesy of old mate Gerald Flores over there in the US. This is the real winner of the whole weekend for me. It's the Tims putting on for New York, son. Facts. This is it. This is the best that we've got. Shout out to the team.
I said this before the dunk contest, that Cole Anthony was my pick, because I knew he was going to be entertaining. I knew he was going to do something fun. And then when he came out in the Tims, I was like, all right, this is it. It's a wrap. He's got this.
Yeah, I told you, when he came out in the Tims, I thought we had something. He had the jersey, he brought his old man out. I've seen dudes in New York actually hoop like that on the street. They wear Tims. They'll hoop in Tims and jeans with the basketball shorts inside, underneath the jeans. So, that's a real New York thing. And he was putting on for New York. That was the most New York thing I've seen. And that's been the highlight of the whole weekend for me. Shout out to New York. Like I said, we're coming home with something. So, BK, let's take a quick look at the All-Star game for today. Team Durant, Team LeBron. We're going to take a look at the odds right now. Team LeBron, rightly, I believe, favorites here because I believe they're more heavily stacked than Team Durant. Team LeBron, $1.45. Excuse me. Team Durant, $2.83. The line's at -6. The total's at 324.5, BK. It's an all-star game. Go the overs on that because there's going to be no defense played. These guys are going to put up some serious numbers. I'm going with the money. I do like Team LeBron. Like I said, I think they're more heavily stacked. And Giannis and LeBron on the same team. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, you got to tip your hat to LeBron. He is really good at drafting these all-star teams. Every year, he always comes out with the most stacked roster.
Yeah, he does. Like I said, if he could have done as good a job with the Lakers as he had drafting the all-star team, maybe the Lakers would be in a better position.
The one thing I am looking forward to in this event is there's going to be a lot of teammates facing off against each other. You've got DeRozan against Levine, Giannis and Chris Middleton, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Wiggins and Curry, and then Mitchell and Gobert all on the other sides of the All-Star team. So I think that'll be a bit of fun. We could see some nice little fun one-on-one matchups there.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you asked me last week, and I'm going to go with it again now. I believe LeBron's my All-Star MVP pick. We're going to take a look at the odds for All-Star MVP right now. And look at this. Giannis and LeBron, equal favorites here, $4.80. I do believe it, actually. I'm going with LeBron, but I think it's going to be one of those two guys. Embiid, $6. Ja Morant, that could be a nice little sneaky pick, that one there at $8, because I think he could show out. Steph Curry, $9.50. Doncic, $11. DeRozan at $12. Nikola Jokic at $17. Here we go. Booker is at $21. LaMelo Ball, $21. Trae Young, $21. Darius Garland, 26, Donovan Mitchell, 34, Van Vliet, 34, along with Jimmy Butler, and Chris Paul, $41. Is he playing with that hand, BK? Have we heard anything different?
I'm not too sure if he's going to actually take the floor, but he could just come out and throw a few lobs and take it pretty easy.
Yeah. Who do you like for All-Star MVP?
I've got a value bet for you at $8. Ja Morant. I'm looking at a guy who I think is going to take it seriously. It's his first All-Star game. He's a starter. I just think he's the perfect guy for All-Star game activities. We're talking lobs, we're talking dunks, we're talking getting out in the open court. I think he's going to be the most fun to watch in this game, and I think that's going to end up with a whole lot of points. So he's my pick for MVP.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, actually. That's a very good shout, BK, especially at $8. There's really some value in that. I'm sticking with LeBron. I just feel like it's back in Cleveland. Like, this whole, he's drafted, like you said, he's drafted very well. I think he's going to show out. So I'm going with LeBron.
It's the 75th anniversary as well. This is like a kind of important one to win. LeBron's a historian of the game. He understands context.
Oh, absolutely. And he's, I'm not auditioning because we already know what LeBron is capable of. But, having said that, he wants to play that last year with his son. So I think there's going to be 30 teams looking at LeBron, especially this weekend. BK.
And also that'll tie him with Kobe Bryant and Bob Pettit for 4 All-Star Game MVP. So this could be one of the last chances he has to really try and get that award and that record.
Yeah, there you go. I did not know that, actually. I did know that Kobe led it. I forgot that Bob Pettit was up there too because he played so long ago. But yeah, that's a nice little bit of trivia there. BK, we're going to get out of here. We've got an All-Star game to watch. We'll be back on Wednesday. We're going to recap the All-Star game a little bit on Wednesday morning, along with any other bits and pieces that come along in the NBA world. So actually, we'll see you on Friday, BK. We've got a special guest on Wednesday. But this has been another episode of the Last Shot NBA show here on Little Birdie TV, brought to you by our good friends at topsport.com.au. And we'll see you guys Wednesday morning.